So here we are at the Elkhorn cabin. I'm parked here in front of it. The view down there. So this is going to be the tutorial of the cabin. Our front porch here. Nice little chairs. View of the mountains across the way. Nice little shelf above. Wood pile. Here we are inside. The end chair here is a recliner. That part of the couch is a hide-a-bed. Sleeps two, I guess. That chair is also a recliner. Over here we have the wood stove. You don't use it much in the summer because it's already warm out, but it'll heat the place up quite well. This is the kitchen area. It's upper cabinets. Has a sink, but there's no running water. We get water from the creek, which is their spring on the property, and use it that way. 4-burner stove, cooktop, works well. You have to light it. We also have propane lights. They work well, but they have to be lit. There's 6 of those in this floor. There's one above the stove area, 2 above the dining room table, and then there's one on the wall over there. So we have a nice wood pile, upper cabinets, pretty much all the stuff here goes with it. There's the view of the outhouse. Have a radio. This is how we take outside showers. We heat up the water, put it in here, and that runs through the tube outside. And I'll show you that. Little medicine cabinet. And then this is the stairs to the upstairs. This door folds down. So you have a nice solid floor. And it lifts back up. So you have a queen size bed here. Single bed. Another queen size bed. Another single bed. Window on each side, giving you a nice cross breeze. Also a little dresser. Some extra stuff, tools and whatnot. Also an extra light for downstairs in case one ever breaks. So one thing about the oven, you can hook up a generator, and we have outlets in the cabin. There's an outlet there, and one over here, and the stove is actually hooked to an outlet. The oven requires electricity to work. It works well, but it needs a small amount of electricity to work the controls. The cooktop does not. So you need to have the electricity on for the oven to work. That's the only thing. And I'll show you how all that works. So you got a nice stove. Really heats the cabin well. Little gun rack. Lots of little storage above everything. And your view from inside. Often see deer right here outside the door. So when you first come in the door, if you look up here, there's a set of keys. That's for the back shed, we call it. It's more like a closet. And the barbecue and everything goes with the cabin too. So we go around the side. Now these shutters here pull up into the slots. When we leave, we'll screw them up in there. When we come, we set them down. They just sit there. So those are just pieces of plywood that cover the windows. Again, there's the outhouse. The sink water drains right here. We have a cap for that, so it'll be capped off. This is our outside shower unit. There's also a valve here so you can turn it on and off. Just a little shower pan, a little piece of wood. And we have our outside shed. Just the deadbolt works. The knob doesn't do anything. Inside here we have a generator. And the hooking up the power for inside is hooked up right here. That will power all the outlets inside. And you can also run other things off the generator. We rarely ever run the generator. Then there's the propane for the inside lights. There's 2 tanks, one in back, and they both work to this valve. And if one runs out, the valve automatically turns it on to the other one. So that works really well. And it takes a long time to run out of 5 gallons of propane here. But that's the whole system right there. And just remember, this is the electrical for the inside. It needs to be plugged into the generator. Right there. Also have a turkey fryer, and there's a couple of sluice boxes for gold mining, and just some random tools. That's about it. And then pretty standard outhouse. Just a view. One last thing I'll show you real quick, since I'm doing everything. Where do we get our water? Well, our water comes from a spring on the property. The spring is right up there. It flows right down here. I thought of hooking a 12-volt pump up so we'd have running water in the cabin, but really it's not that big a deal for us to just come down here and load up with water. There's no mines above us, so it's a nice fresh drinking water. I've been drinking out of it for 39 years. Purer than the water you get out of your tap at home. So this is where we get our drinking water. Right there. Flows in and put the buckets right there and fill them up. The spring is just up there on the property. There's the driveway coming in. And so that's about it. So we get our water there and walk back up to the cabin. All right, thank you very much.